Top 7 Wisest Leaders of All Time, Echoes of Wisdom. What if I told you that the greatest leaders in history weren't just powerful? They were wise. Today, we're diving deep into the minds of 7 extraordinary leaders. Leaders who changed the world, not through force alone, but through wisdom. These aren't just names in history books. They're blueprints for leadership that still work today. By the end of this video, you'll discover the exact principles that made them legendary, and more importantly, how you can apply their wisdom in your own life. So stick around until the end, because what you're about to learn could transform how you lead others and how you lead yourself. In this video, we will discuss some argument, real-life example, command, prohibition, analogy, micro-practice, example, life application, life rise, the decline of life, to help you. Before we begin, here's what you'll walk away with today. First, you'll learn the 7 timeless principles of wise leadership. Second, you'll see real examples of how these leaders faced impossible challenges. Third, you'll get practical exercises you can use immediately. And finally, you'll understand why wisdom beats intelligence every single time. Don't skip ahead. Each leader builds on the last. Missing one means missing the complete picture. Leader number 1, Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic Emperor. Our first leader ruled the Roman Empire at its peak. Marcus Aurelius wasn't just an emperor, he was a philosopher. His wisdom came from one simple principle: control what you can control, accept what you cannot. Argument 1. True leadership starts with self-leadership. Marcus faced plagues, wars, and betrayals, yet he never lost his composure. Why? Because he understood that external events don't control your response. You do. Real-life example. When his trusted general Cassius rebelled against him, Marcus could have executed him Instead, he mourned Cassius's death in battle. He said, "I have lost a good man who was led astray." This wasn't weakness, this was wisdom. Command: write down 3 things that frustrate you daily. Exercise: for each frustration, ask yourself, can I control this? If yes, make a plan. If no, practice acceptance. Application in life: when your boss criticizes you unfairly, don't react emotionally. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This is the rise of emotional intelligence. Reacting without thinking is the fall of leadership potential. Leader number 2, Abraham Lincoln, the humble giant. Lincoln led America through its darkest hour. The Civil War tore the nation apart, yet Lincoln never claimed to have all the answers. His wisdom? Stay humble, even in power. Argument 2. The wisest leaders know they don't know everything. Lincoln surrounded himself with rivals. His cabinet was full of men who initially despised him. Prohibition: never hire only people who agree with you. Analogy: a wise leader is like a conductor. He doesn't play every instrument. He brings out the best in each musician. Real-life example: when General McClellan repeatedly disobeyed orders, Lincoln could have fired him immediately. Instead, he wrote private letters working through his frustration. He only acted when absolutely necessary. Exercise: this week, ask someone who disagrees with you for their opinion on an important decision. Really listen. Don't defend, just absorb their perspective. Application in life: in your next team meeting, say, "I might be wrong, but here's what I think." Watch how this opens up honest dialogue. Pride kills wisdom. Humility nurtures it. Leader number 3, Nelson Mandela, the Forgiver. 27 years in prison. Most people would emerge broken. Mandela emerged wiser. His principle: forgiveness isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. Argument number 3. Wise leaders transform enemies' When Mandela became president, he could have sought revenge. Instead, he chose reconciliation. Command: identify one person you're holding a grudge against. Exercise: write them a letter you'll never send. Express your feelings completely. Then ask yourself, how is this grudge serving me? Usually it isn't. Analogy: holding grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Application in life: that colleague who took credit for your work, instead of plotting revenge, find a way to work together. Your wisdom will shine brighter than their pettiness. Rise of life: Mandela could have led a race war. Fall of life: instead he chose to build a rainbow nation. This choice echoes through history. Leader number 4, Winston Churchill, the resilient bulldog. Churchill failed more than most people ever try. He lost elections. He made terrible military decisions. He was even voted out of office after winning World War II. His wisdom: never give up, but always A. Argument 4. Wise leaders learn from failure faster than others learn from success. Prohibition: never let past failures define future possibilities. Churchill's greatest speeches came during Britain's darkest moments. When invasion seemed certain, he said, "We shall never surrender." Analogy: wise leadership is like surfing. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to ride them. Exercise: write down your 3 biggest failures. For each one, identify one lesson you learned. Now apply those lessons to a current challenge. Application in life: that project that failed last month, don't hide from it. Analyze it. Extract the wisdom. Use it to make your next project unstoppable. Leader number 5, Mahatma Gandhi, the gentle warrior. Gandhi defeated the British Empire without firing a single shot. How? Through the power of moral authority. His wisdom: be the change you wish to see in the world. Argument 5. The most powerful weapon a leader has is their example. Command: stop asking others to do what you won't do yourself. Gandhi lived more simply than the poorest Indians he served. He fasted when he asked others to sacrifice. Exercise: choose one behavior you want to see in others. Practice it consistently for 1 week. Watch how others naturally follow your example. Application in life: want your team to work harder? Arrive first, leave last. Want your children to read more? Put down your phone and pick up a book. Rise of life: Gandhi's nonviolent resistance inspired Martin Luther King Jr. Fall of life: violence might win battles, but it never wins hearts. Leader number 6, Lao Tzu, the invisible leader. Lao Tzu founded Taoism over 2,500 years ago. His wisdom about leadership seems contradictory. The best leaders are barely noticed by their followers. When their work is done, people say, "We did it ourselves." Argument 6, true power doesn't need to announce itself. Analogy: a wise leader is like water. Water doesn't fight obstacle, it flows around them. Yet over time, water shapes even the hardest stone. Prohibition: never lead through fear or intimidation. Exercise: this week, accomplish something important without taking any credit. Notice how this actually increases your influence. Application in life: instead of micromanaging your team, create the conditions for their success. Then step back, trust them, support them, but let them shine. Leader number 7, Confucius, the ethical teacher. Confucius taught that leadership is service. A leader's first duty is to cultivate virtue in themselves, then help others do the same. His wisdom: ethical leadership creates lasting change. Argument 7. Leaders who compromise their values for short-term gains lose everything in the long term. Command: define your core values clearly. Exercise: write down your top 5 values.
For each one, give a specific example of how you'll live it this week. Application in life. When faced with a difficult decision, ask,
What would the person I want to become do? Then do that. Analogy. Values are like a compass. They don't tell you where to go, but they always show you which direction is true north. Additional arguments and wisdom. Argument 8. Wise leaders think in decades, not quarters. Every leader we've discussed planted seeds they wouldn't live to see fully grown. Marcus Aurelius wrote philosophy that still guides leaders today. Lincoln preserved a union that became a global superpower. Argument 9. The wisest leaders serve something greater than themselves. They're not motivated by personal glory. They're driven by a mission that transcends their own lifetime. Argument 10. Emotional regulation is the foundation of all leadership wisdom. Every leader we've studied faced moments of intense pressure. Their greatness came from how they responded, not what happened to them. Small exercise. Before making any important decision this week, pause for 10 seconds. Take 3 deep breaths. Ask yourself, how would a wise leader handle this? Life application. Start each day by asking, how can I serve others today? End each day by asking, what did I learn today? This simple practice will compound your wisdom over time. What we learned from this video. First, wisdom is a choice, not a gift. Every leader we studied developed their wisdom through practice and reflection. Second, true leadership is about serving others, not being served. The leaders who left the biggest impact were those who focused on lifting others up. Third, emotional regulation separates great leaders from good ones. Your ability to stay calm under pressure determines your capacity to lead. Fourth, learning from failure is more valuable than avoiding it. Every wise leader we studied failed multiple times before succeeding. Fifth, moral courage is rarer and more powerful than physical courage. Standing up for what's right when it costs you something is true leadership. Sixth, the best leaders create more leaders, not more followers. They multiply their impact by developing others. Finally, wisdom compounds over time. Small daily practices of reflection, service, and ethical behavior create extraordinary results. Your next steps. Command. Choose one leader from today's video who resonates with you most. Exercise. Research them further. Read their writings. Study their decisions. Find one specific principle you can apply immediately. Application. Implement one small change in your leadership style this week. It doesn't need to be dramatic. Small, consistent improvements create massive results over time. Rise of life moment? Remember, every great leader started as an ordinary person who decided to grow. Fall of life warning. The opposite is also true. People with great potential stay ordinary when they stop learning and growing. These 7 leaders lived in different times. They faced different challenges. Their wisdom is timeless because human nature doesn't change. The principles that guided Marcus Aurelius still work today. The humility of Lincoln still opens doors. The forgiveness of Mandela still heals divisions. The resilience of Churchill still overcomes obstacles. The moral authority of Gandhi still moves mountains. The invisible power of Lao Tzu still influences others. The ethical foundation of Confucius still builds trust. Final command. Don't just watch this video and forget it. Final exercise. Print out the key principles we covered today. Put them somewhere you'll see them daily. Final application. Choose one principle each week and focus on it completely. In 7 weeks, you'll have integrated all 7 approaches. In 7 months, you'll be a completely different leader. In 7 years, you'll be leaving your own echo of wisdom.
The question isn't whether you can become a wise leader. Crows over. Dude, don't talk to me.
The question is, will you choose to? The world needs more leaders like the ones we studied today. Leaders who combine strength with wisdom, power with humility, action with reflection. That leader could be you, but only if you decide to start today. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe for more leadership wisdom. And remember, the echo of your leadership will sound long after you're gone. Make it a wise one. Thanks for watching. Now go lead with wisdom. Thank you for spending these few minutes with us today. We hope something here touched your heart and reminded you of your own strength. Now we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What part spoke to you the most? How will you carry it into your life? Your voice matters. And when you share, you inspire more than you know. If this video gave you value, please like, subscribe, and pass it on to someone who might need this message today. Your support means the world to us. It helps us keep creating content that uplifts, encourages, and empowers. Until next time, stay inspired, stay growing, and never stop believing in your dream. Thank you.